Now we're gonna record.
Can you delete that if it's not right?
Yeah, I can delete it if it's not right. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Welcome to the final episode of Have the Nerve for 2025. My name is Susan Wood, and for this episode, you will meet...
Okay, Mum, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Alma Wood, Susan's mom.
Mum, do you want to tell people where you're from?
Well, I'm from Kabankalan, Negros Occidental, part of the Philippines. I moved here March 9, 1981.
That's right, you're going to meet my mother. Growing up with a disability in 2025 is very different from 1985, but so is being a parent of a child with disability. Mum and I talk about her fears when I was growing up, her observations as I got older, and how the dynamic has changed from caring for me as a child to now me as an adult caring for her in her elderly years.
Thought it would be nice to have a talk about, me.
Yes, I went to the hospital and Susie was born March the 4th, 1985. And when she was born, they found out that she was not breathing. And so they were concerned about her. Well, she was flown to Sydney Camperdown Hospital straight after birth. And they took a photo of her. They gave the photo to me because I might not be able to see her. So she was there and I was left in Katoomba Hospital. 5 days after I came out from the hospital, and I went straight to the hospital in Camperdown, and she was there. I saw her with full of hair, and she was beautiful. But I think when I was still in the hospital, they rang me, and they said that because when she was born, she was kicking, really. And I was surprised when they rang me, when she was in the hospital, her legs are not moving anymore. So it upsets me when I just leave it to them there because I was still in the other hospital. But I was wondering why that she has no movements in her legs anymore.
Instead of water breaking, it was blood.
Yes, it was blood, no water. So I went to the hospital and they waited and waited because I have no pain. I have no labor pain.
No contractions?
No. And I said, why? So she was a bit late, 2 days after. That's why they rushed me to the theater and then give me this cesarean.
So, Mum, you said that you were upset. You discovered my legs weren't working. So you and I... you and I hadn't even met.
They took a photo and give it to me before you leave. Because you're flown by the helicopter.
Yes, we didn't see each other for the first 7 days of my life, yeah.
After that, when I got out from the hospital, we went to the city and then stayed there for a month. Because I have to visit you every day at the hospital. And you were all right, but I think later on, they took you to another clinic and then they shaved off your hair?
Oh, yeah, that's right. So they shaved off my hair and then they put a needle in my head and then they took the brain fluid to see if I had any intellectual disabilities or something. And we still didn't know what had happened, right?
No, because at that time, I think it's not compared nowadays.
So what do you think were your biggest fears about me growing up?
I got the fear of her going to school. She went to kindergarten after preschool first, and she was well looked after here in Hazelbrook. After that, I was really worried because when you go to school, I'm scared that everybody will just bully you or something like that because of your situation. I was very glad that we went around and looked for schools for you that you can go, which is easier for you. First, we went to Blackheath, but the place is quite terrible. Next is Wycliffe. And then the third here in Hazelbrook. But, it's hilly as well. So you cannot do anything about it. You cannot walk around or something. But the last school you were in was in Lawson. So there, I was a bit scared during your first day, but I know that the teachers loves you. Yes, and then I think that was how many? Maybe a week. You were playing after at the school ground, and then somebody would just push you over. When you came home, you got something.
I think somebody pushed me on the concrete. I was in a wheelchair. I transitioned to a wheelchair when I was 15 or something. No, 14 in year 9.
But in primary, you were having these
calipers
and stick. The next day, I went with you to school and reported it. At that time, I think they're very kind. One of the teachers took charge of you. They assigned her to look after you, one of the teachers. And so she carried you around this classrooms and then introduced you to every room. And there were some pupils also in year 6 that took charge of you if you're in the school ground.
That's right. Daniel and Matthew.
Daniel and Matthew.
In year 5 and year 6, I think. What would you say to parents who are in similar situations who are also afraid of their children entering into school with their disabilities?
Well, before that, I prayed hard. After that, I'm not worried anymore. I just leave it. So the school suits you very well.
Ma, would you say that was I the first one in our family to have a disability?
Yeah, I think so.
How did our Filipino side of the family absorb the news that I couldn't walk?
I think, they feel sad.
Do you think people were afraid that I wouldn't amount to anything?
Yeah, because when I took you to the Philippines, you were very thin, and also you're very small, and as if nothing, and they felt sorry for you. The people there felt sorry for you. And I said, no, don't feel sorry for her because she will survive. And then later on, now, look at you. Different.
I'm not thin anymore.
No, I mean, but you look really, and you're successful.
From primary to high school, did you have any reservations or anything going into high school?
Yeah. And I said, I go there often because to meet a teacher or something. But I didn't know that you were bullied at school.
Yeah, no, I didn't tell you.
You didn't tell me.
I didn't tell you, no.
Yeah, so I have no idea.
I think it's because I felt like there was nothing you could do about it, you know.
But I can still go to school.
Yeah, but I don't think there was anything
to the office.
Yeah, but I don't think there was anything you could do, you know, because it was all the time in class. So it wasn't like, I also think that I just felt really ashamed. And I think that's why I was so angry all the time.
Yes, you were angry when you come home, but everything is prepared. You have to eat. When you come home, you eat right away. But you didn't tell me anything about what's happening at school. So I thought everything was all right with you.
I don't think anything would have changed even if I did tell you. I don't think so.
Yeah, but you're too independent and, you can solve your own problems. Later on, you got lots of friends.
I think some parents might be feeling some apprehension about their children to the point where they feel like they're so afraid for their children that they don't want them to get a job. And I said this because of the Filipino side, but a lot of parents, especially those who are from non-English speaking backgrounds, might feel a certain level of protection that's a lot more, aggressive, but it might be at a detriment to their child's future and independence.
But I think I can suggest that they have to think positive. See, they have to be friendly too, because sometimes Filipinos or other things are very shy, and they don't want to contact with other people as well. And they just keep it to themselves.
Oh, yeah. So you think that's the part of the issue as well, is that they're just not open?
They're not open.
Okay. And that could be a range of reasons. Like it could be because they don't feel very confident about speaking English or whatever. But what would you say to people who might not feel as confident about their English, but they still want to be able to communicate with the school about their children's needs? Like, what do you think?
Just go to the teacher and talk to them. Think positive and don't be afraid to approach somebody for help for your child, because I do that. I always go there and talk to the teachers, all of them.
So high school's over now. So I didn't make it to university. I got to TAFE and I did an art certificate in TAFE when I was 18. And then I was looking for a job in the mountains and
there's no chance.
No chance.
No chance here.
And then I went to TAFE and studied journalism from 2005 to 2007. Still no job. And I was still living in the Blue Mountains at the time. There was just really nothing, hey?
No. But I think Susan is very, she has lots of ideas, and also that she's very daring, and she wants to do this and do that, very practical in everything. And also she's known many people, but she got lots of friends.
Might go back a bit. During the time in high school, year 11 and 12, my friends were awesome.
And they're very nice to you. They come here, and then they go out. They took you with them.
So just a bit of context. We lived down the road from a train station, which 5 minutes down the street, but it has it's all hills, and it was all stairs at the railway station. They would take the train from Blackheath or from Katoomba.
Just to come here.
Just to come here to come and get me.
Yeah.
And then they would wait an hour because I don't think people understand that in the mountains you only get one train every hour. And so they'd come here, they'd come and get me, hang out for half an hour, and then we would make our way to the train station, and they'd carry me down the stairs at the train station so we can go to Penrith or we can go to Sydney. And then on the way back, they would pull me up the stairs, and it was like 50 stairs, and then they'd come here, and then they'd hang out here for about 40 minutes, and then they'd make their way back to the train to take it back.
Yep.
I'm still friends with them now.
I think you're very interesting to talk to. So I think they enjoy your company.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, because we're still friends now. To you, what was the significance of those friendships for you?
Well, I think I'm very thankful for them. Since you've befriended with them, you're not bullied anymore. It is very good. I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very thankful. And so those people are with you wherever you go. And then when you get your license, you took them
to Medlow Bath.
To Medlow Bath,
which is like an hour away from Hazelbrook.
Yes, and I was wondering why she's late and coming home, but because he was driving already among the lots, he's the first one who got the license, and then she took them to some places.
So we have to go back in time a little bit. So Dad died before I started year 11. That was my 16th birthday, and so then
15, you're still 15.
I was 15 when he passed away, and then turning 16.
Oh, yes.
And then on my 16th birthday, I went to get my L plates, which I had been counting down for 8 years, I think.
Know.
2001, I think, was the first year that they brought in all L platers who were doing the test. It was mandatory 50 hours of driving, which now is 120 or something hours of driving. But in 2001, it was 50, and you could just go in there for free.
In the book.
And the book was free. Everything was free except for paying, I think it was $15 or something. I had to have 10 lessons with the instructor before we had our car converted.
Susie came home from school, and it is a little bit, the weather is not very good at that time. And she's demanding me to take her out for driving, and I said no, it's cloudy, because I don't want to go, because I'm scared. It is a good practice as well too, because I took her out every afternoon even though I'm scared, but it's okay. She took the test in Penrith as well, and only first passed it right away.
And then you rang the instructor and you told
yes, I said she passed. I said I know. And I said why? Because she's even teaching me. And I was teaching her. I said, there you go.
So I've got my license now, Mum. It's year 11, year 12, sorry. And I've got my license, and I'm driving all my friends around up and down the mountains.
And she comes home late every day because I don't know where she's going.
So the car's been adjusted. I think it only cost in 2000 only. I say that with a grain of salt, because in 2001, I think it was $1,800 to get my my car converted.
Yeah. What place was that?
Hornsby. Yeah.
1,800.
1,800.
And then the next one is quite expensive.
The next one after that was 5,000, 6,000.
No, I mean 3,000. The second.
Hang on a second. How many cars have been converted?
1, 2.
Including my car? And then now it's 18,000.
Yeah. Wow. Big increase, isn't it?
It's huge, isn't it, Mum? And I paid for that outright because I couldn't wait around for the NDIS.
Did they refund you?
No, they don't refund.
Oh. Okay.
You just pay it all outright.
Yeah, otherwise you have to wait forever.
It was like $60,000 for the whole thing. So I can't find a job. And then I moved down to Leichhardt.
Yes.
And it was just a 1-bedroom apartment by myself. And it took about 7 months or something because I think I was getting very frustrated because all of my friends around me had paid jobs and I didn't have anything. My ultimate goal was to stop being on the pension, which I've said in a few podcasts before is could be really scary because it's safe, it's reliable, you get it every fortnight, and then there's a whole lot of discounts that come with it. But anyway, I moved down to Sydney, and then before I got a job, there was a point where I think I was staying here for a week, and I was like,
yeah, you always come home here.
yeah, it was like week on, week off, because I was afraid, because it was on the ground floor facing the street, and I'm not used to that level.
And you didn't have the car yet at the time.
That's right.
Yes, and also
because we were sharing one car.
Yes, and later on I gave you the car to use, and I was the one who was taking the bus and train.
That's right. And then I gave it back to you to buy.
When you bought the other one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the Toyota one.
Yeah, that's right. Because it was just too expensive to convert. But okay, so Mum, now that you're older and I'm older, now we've gone from me relying on you to help me to now me helping you. In a lot of ways now, I care for you quite a lot. Like I do a lot of things.
I am very grateful that I have a child, a daughter that cares for me so much, especially in my old age.
I think some things that people don't really talk about is that you're 85 and I'm 40, and now I care for you, somebody with a disability caring for you.
She's my driver, and she cares for me. Whatever I need, she's always there, and I'm very fortunate and praise the Lord for that. And I thank the Lord for giving her to me.
Mum, so let's go back in time, right? So to be independent, aggressively independent, to get my license to now being able to drive and to look after you, what do you think about all the things that have led up to this moment now?
Well, I'm so thankful to the Lord for that, Sus, for giving you the ability to drive. Although you're disabled, but you're more than able. I'm very confident and also think about your future as well.
That's it, right? Because if you're a fearful parent and you're afraid for your child's future, but eventually, and I guess maybe because
I'm afraid when you were still little, when you're small. I'm always afraid because something might happen at school or something might happen. That's why I'm always ready, and I cannot keep still if you're out because you're still young. But now that you're matured, you cared for me, and you're concerned of me, and I'm just, what I can say is that I'm thanking the Lord for everything.
So people would already be very, very aware at this point in the interview, but share your thoughts about the importance of faith in the role as a parent of somebody with a disability.
Yes, faith is number one.
I think it's been all right. I think it's been all right. Yeah.
You're all right.
Yeah, I think I'm all right.
And I said I'm praying for you all the time to give you joy inside and peace.
My co-workers will now laugh at me because my face is constantly. So would you say that your ultimate advice for parents who have children with disabilities, because, as you say many times, I'm just one child, but I am 10 children. Your advice to parents is to just not be afraid, because one day...
Let them go. And then, just release them. Eventually, they will find something and they will be successful.
Well, what about all the parents who what if they just worry too much?
No, don't worry too much. Don't worry too much. Just take good care of them and leave them, and then just love them, just nurture them properly, and then be an example to them, and then just love them and care for them.
This has become very much a focus on, new parents of children with disabilities. What do you think some of the disadvantages can be to a parent that hasn't let go, right? But let's just say, for example, there are parents out there who have good intentions, right? Because I always think that they have good intentions. What do you think the disadvantages are of, now that you're reflecting, now that you're older, on not letting go as a parent? Have you learnt any lessons?
Yeah, like Susie. If I thought she's staying with me forever, but then I let her go because in going, you can expose her out aside from your home. She can do some other things, and then that's the reason why she's there in the city rather than living with me, because I want her independence and also that she can do something on her own. I learned the lessons that I have to let go of you and whatever you want to be, because you're an independent kind of girl. Because rather than staying with you all the time, let give them freedom. You don't want to let go of them because of their disability, but it's not. You have to release them. Look at Susie now, that she is very independent. Instead of me to give her advice or whatever because she's disabled or something, she's the one who is giving me advice instead of me to give her advice. And that's maturity as well.
I thought that maybe we can end this podcast by doing something that is inherently part of our nature, and that is singing. Do you want to choose a song out of the songbook, and then we'll do some singing, and we're going to end this podcast on some singing. What are we going to sing, Mum? Well, let's get the songbook out first.
Have thine own way, Lord. Have thine own way, Lord. Have thine own way. Thou art the potter, I am the clay. Mold me and make me after thy will, while I am waiting, yielded and still. Have thine own way, Lord, have thine own way. Hold o'er my being, absolute sway. Fill with thy spirit, till all shall see Christ only, always living in me.
I love you, Mum.
I love you too.
You've been listening to Have the Nerve, a podcast about disability. This podcast would not be possible without the Australian Department of Social Services as part of our resource hub. Check it out at scia.org.au. My name is Susan Wood, and I've written, produced and edited and hosted this program since 2021. Don't forget to tell everyone you know about this podcast, and I'll be back for next year.
Can I listen to that after?
Yes, of course you can, Mum.